shorthanded. What pleased you most about your team's performance tonight?
Yeah, the professionalism, interesting day to day, and a back-to-back, like you said, and the fifth and seven nights. So, they came out and were professional, did a great job defensively, moved the ball offensively, made simple plays, didn't turn it over, battled on the boards. So, overall, I was really proud of the way they played under what was a long week.
How did you feel about Kevin, his first game playing on the second half of back-to-back?
He looked good to me. He got to his spots and continues to find his rhythm. He made plays for his teammates again. And, I like I said before the season, I think it's 15 to 20 games minimum for him to start to even consider where am I. So he looks great, and he's going to continue to feel more and more comfortable.
Greg Logan with Newsday.
Steve, last night Kevin talked about the professionalism of Bruce Brown. What kind of role do you see him growing into with this team, even if it's off the bench?
Yeah, he plays extremely hard, prides himself on his defense. Offensively, he plays within himself. I've been really impressed with his finishing and his floaters and, making the defense pay for his cutting. And I think when you have a guy like that who can guard multiple positions, he plays hard. He knows the game plan, and he also knows where he shouldn't put himself offensively. That's really valuable. So it's great to have him for, his energy, toughness, defense. And tonight, obviously, and not just tonight, he's been rebounding the ball in regard. Tonight, he was exceptional, 14 rebounds. So really proud of the way he's chipped away and super valuable to us tonight.
Malika Andrews with ESPN.
Steve, I'm wondering what you saw that you can take to the film room from the end of the game there, where you have this sizable lead, and then maybe the lack of the art of holding the ball lets them get back in the game, and Kevin ends up back out on the court.
Sure. It's tricky, when you make wholesale changes like that to a group that has no rhythm. You have the other team has nothing to lose. So you can kind of see it coming in a way, but you want to give them that opportunity to learn and grow. So there's some things we can teach and clean up, but it's also just good for them to feel that tension when you're trying to hold on to a lead. So I thought it was valuable for them to feel that and learn from it.
Alex Schiffer with The Athletic.
Hey, Steve, I saw RJ come over to your pregame and give you the little hug. Is it a similar moment coaching against your godson as it is someone like Lloyd, or is it a different sentiment with a college buddy and your godson?
Similar and different. Obviously, it's with Lloyd, I root for him all the time, and we go back so long, and he means a lot to me. With RJ, it's weird because I pray for every shot of his to go in. And tonight, when you're playing against him, it puts that in a perilous position. So, but it's a pleasure to watch him grow and continue to develop. And he's still 20 years old and just finding his footing in this league. He's got a lot of tools and talent, and most importantly, he's a tough cookie. So, it was a special experience for me to coach against him, and I'm always rooting for him. And it's been a joy for me to watch him develop and play.
Brian Lewis with the New York Post.
Hey, Steve, you touched on it. Obviously, you would have probably preferred not to have to put Kevin back into the game. But, when you consider 36 minutes in the last game, I think you put 30 on his legs here. How big of a deal is it for him to be able to have a performance like this when this is the first time he's, playing under those kind of back-to-back circumstances?
I think it's another marker for him that builds his confidence and continues to build that adaptation process to the demands of the game. This season is unique, as we continue to say, and can't stress it enough. The amount of 5 games in 7 nights and basically playing 4 games a week. It is something you have to be very careful with and manage for everybody, let alone Kevin, who's coming off a career-threatening injury. So it's incredible the position he's put himself in, and he looks terrific. But a long way to go, and we got to be smart and try to figure out where he needs his breaks.
Christian Winfield with the New York Daily News.
Hey, Coach. is there any added feeling getting a win at Madison Square Garden against the Knicks since you're coaching the other team in New York?
It's a shame. The Garden without fans just doesn't seem right. So, obviously we'll take any win we can get, but it's not the same without fans, frankly. But that's the world we live in, and we continue to chip away. And we players in this league are coming out and finding juice and energy and playing hard, regardless of the amount of games, the condensed schedule, and the fact that there's no fans in the building. So we continue to get comfortable with the new set of circumstances.
Bruce Beck with NBC New York.
Steve, is winning a game like this in the midst of some pretty good drama a telltale sign that this team has a pretty good focus, a pretty good mindset?
Well, it was a good, trending point for us today, just to see everything we've gone through this last week or so. For our guys to buckle down on, like I said, the 5th and 7 nights, when we've had our struggles. So that mental toughness and resolve is something that we're going to continue to push and ask for and to build. And so I was really proud of the way they responded tonight.